everybody talks about El Chapo being a plug, right? They mention El Mencho, but in reality, the real plug is JP Morgan. It's Citizens Bank, it's Bank of America. Why? Because they will drop $250,000 on you without blinking an eye. No shout outs, no drama, just a signature. But here's the thing. They don't do that for everybody, so the question becomes, how do you get to a point where they feel comfortable enough to be able to do that for you? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this video. My goal is that you will understand credit in a different light, that when you sit down and talk with people about credit, you're not just listening and nodding your head, you're actually explaining what it is in greater detail. That's how you know you got it. I'm Rico, this is RicosRoute, so let's get right into it.
I was lost.
Every route tells a story.
I was lost trying to figure it out. Came up with a plan and went RicosRoute. Yeah, I was lost.
All right, so let's start from the foundation, because a lot of people think they know what credit is, and sometimes they just don't, right? They think that it's just a score, a number, something that banks check when you need a loan, and that's part of it, all right? But that's not the whole picture. Credit is your financial reputation, all right? That's it. That's the full picture. It's a score, but it's really your financial reputation. Think about it to be like a resume. When you apply for a job, your resume is what speaks for you before you even walk in the room, right? It tells them where you've been, how you moved, and what kind of person you are professionally. Credit does the exact same thing, but in the financial world. It tells lenders, landlords, even some employers what kind of person you are with money before they ever have a conversation with you. It's just like a resume. What's on paper carries more weight than anything you say about yourself in a moment. You can walk into a bank and tell them that you're responsible all day, right? You can tell them your situation. You can give them, context. You can tell them, things are different now, but none of that moves the needle the way that your actual record does. Because your record doesn't have emotions, because it doesn't give excuses, it's gonna show exactly how you moved. That's it. And that's what they're going to be basing their decision on. So when we talk about credit, we're talking about the story your financial life is telling about you right now, whether you know it or not. That story is already being written. The only question is, what is it saying? Now, there are 5 specific things that make up that story. 5 factors that lenders are going to look at and decide how they're going to feel about you. And we're going to go through each one together. The first one is going to be payment history. This is going to be the biggest one. Payment history makes up 35% of your credit score, more than a third. And the reason it carries so much weight is because it's the most direct answer to the most important question a lender has. Do you pay what you owe when you said you would, right? Look at it like this. Let's say you had a sister, right? And she came to you needing some money. You two sat down, you guys worked out this solid agreement on how much she would pay you back and when, right? And you held up your end and she, you gave her the money. Well, she took it and then she ran off, right? She stopped picking up the phone. She disappeared. 6 months later, she pops back up. Everything cool. She loves you, right? But now she needs another favor. Are you going to give her anything? 9 times out of 10, the answer is going to be no, because you already know who she is when it counted. And no matter how good her reasons might sound, that history is sitting somewhere in the back of your mind. That's exactly how lenders think. Every time you miss a payment, pay late, or you skip out on something you agreed to, that's documented and it follows you, because your payment history is your word in the financial realm. All right? And once your word is in question, everything else becomes harder. So pay on time every time. That's just not advice, all right? That's going to be the foundation of everything that everything is built on, all right? Number 2 is going to be credit utilization. Now, this one trips up a lot of people because they think as long as they're paying their bills, they're good, but there's another layer to it. Amounts owed, what other people know as credit utilization, makes up about 30% of your score, all right? It's not just whether you're paying. It's how much of your available credit you're actually using at any given time. Let's say you got a friend, and let's say this guy is always maxed out, right? Every time you see him, he's running on empty. He got his hand out. He's asking for something. He needs something. He never has any breathing room, right? And let's say another person comes to you and says, hey, I'm thinking about getting into business with that person, the person we're just talking about who don't have no room. What do you think? They're asking you that. What do you think? I'm pretty sure you're not going to say yes. Because in your mind, you already know that that guy has no capacity. He's tapped out before the day even starts. He's got nothing left to give. That's exactly what high utilization tells a lender about you. They pull your credit and they see you have 90% of everything used up, right? Nothing's available. And in their mind, you're that guy always stretched out, right? Always at your limit. They don't want to extend more to somebody who's always buried, right? The general rule is keep your utilization under 30%. If you're going to maximize your score, get it under 10%. The lower that number, the more breathing room you look like you have, and the more comfortable lenders feel about adding to what you already have extended or what they already extended to you. Number 3 is going to be length of credit, all right? Now we're talking about time. Length of credit history makes up 15% of your score. It's pretty much saying how long you've been in the game, all right? Picture this. Let's say you're hiring for an important position, okay? Let's say, and we know that roles matter, right? And let's say you have 2 people sitting in front of you, and the first one graduated. Let's say he's smart, he's motivated, he's got really good energy, but no real track record, okay? And the second one, she's been in the game for 15 years, right? You can see exactly how she moved, how they've handled pressure, how they've grown over time. You can see all the accolades. Now, both of them might be equally capable, but who are you going to be more comfortable betting on? The one with the history, every time. Because time tells you something a resume alone can't. Lenders think the same way. They want to see that you've been managing credit responsibly over time, not just that you showed up yesterday looking good on paper. Here's the thing that a lot of people make a costly mistake doing without even realizing it. They close their oldest credit accounts thinking that they're cleaning up their credit, right? Being responsible. And what they're actually doing is they're cutting their own track record. Old accounts is part of your history. The moment you close it, that history shrinks and your score is going to drop as well. So before you close anything, especially something old, understand what you're giving up. Your history has value. Do not throw it away. All right. Number 4 is going to be new credit, hard inquiries. All right. This is going to make up 10% of your credit score. And this one comes down to how you look when you're out here searching for credit, right? You ever been at a function, and watch somebody embarrass themselves, all right, without even noticing it? Maybe they come off like super desperate, right? If a woman knows a man is desperate, he's walking to a conversation already behind, right? That's exactly what a lender sees when they see that you have a lot of hard inquiries stacking up in your credit report. Every time you apply for a new line of credit, a card, a loan, anything, it triggers what's called a hard inquiry. That's the lender officially pulling your credit to evaluate you. And when those start stacking up in a short window of time, lenders they're not looking at each other. They're not looking at each one separately, right? They're looking at the pattern, and the pattern is telling them the same thing that the girl knew in that example, right? That something isn't adding up, something is off. So my advice to you is to be strategic about when and what you apply for. So don't just apply for whatever's coming inside the mail. Be strategic. Every application has a cost, even if it's small. And the last one is going to be credit mix. This accounts for 10% of your score, and on the surface is straightforward. Lenders like to see that you can handle different types of credit, not just cards, but installment loans, auto financing, a mortgage. A diverse portfolio tells them that you're not like a one-trick pony, right? But let's go a little bit deeper, because there's something underneath this whole conversation that most people never really think about. When you're building your credit mix, when you're opening accounts, managing balances, keeping different types of credit available, using credit, just doing all the right stuff, you're operating inside a system that was literally designed for you to pay to play. Think about that. The very act of building your score, building your reputation, right? The thing that unlocks access to real money, it costs you. Interest on cards, right? Interest on loans, financing charges. The system is set up so that participation has a price, and most people are paying that price without even realizing they're in a game. But here's where it shifts. When you actually understand how it works, when you know the rules, you can start making the system work for you instead of against you. You can use a credit card strategically, spend what you were already going to spend, and pay it off before interest ever touches it. You get the benefit of the score, you get the benefit of the mix, and you didn't pay a dime extra to do it. That's going to be the difference between somebody who's just participating and somebody who's actually playing smart. The system isn't going anywhere. Credit is not optional. It's going to be woven into almost every major financial decision that you are ever going to make inside your life. So the question was never whether you're going to engage with it. The question is whether you're going to engage with it on your terms or theirs. Most people are losing not because they can't win, but because nobody ever showed them the board, and that's going to change today. So let's bring this back to where we started. JP Morgan, Citizens Bank, they're the real plugs. Those are the ones who's going to give you the $250,000 without blinking an eye. And they're not doing it off vibes. They're doing it off record, your reputation. Everything we just broke down, your payment history at 35%, how much of your credit you're using at 30%, how long you've been in the game at 15%, how you move when you're looking for new credit at 10%, and the range of what you've been able to manage, all right, at that final 10%. That's your credit. Not just a number, it's a full picture of who you are financially, built over time, one decision at a time, right? So if you got something out of this video, make sure you subscribe. My goal is to make financial literacy cool again. I'm Rico, this is RicosRoute, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.
I was lost trying to figure it out. Yeah. I was lost trying to figure it out. Came up with a plan and went RicosRoute. Yeah. I was lost trying to figure it out. Shit. I was lost, yeah. I was lost, yeah. I was lost trying to figure it out. Came up with a plan and went RicosRoute. Yeah. I was lost trying to figure it out. Yeah. I was lost, yeah. I was lost, yeah. I was just down bad with the bag. Came across this page and now I'm seeing racks, yeah. Taught me how to invest it all in stack. Learning money, turn my hustle up to the max. Don't need a shoebox, figured out a new route. 6-month run, I can buy a new house. Building credit up, things I never knew about. I was riding in a Dodge, but I'm in a coupe, not straight swerving. All of the game that he's serving. Transform lives, wake you up to your purpose. God on the line and he told me that it's urgent. I find clarity, every dollar spent was worth it. Financial literacy, where we lack at. Move this, stack that, invest, get the racks back. You feeling lost, he gon' show you where the map at. Used to buy chains, now he got me buying assets. I was lost trying to figure it out. Came up with a plan and went RicosRoute. Yeah. I was lost trying to figure it out. Shit. I was lost, yeah. I was lost, yeah. I was lost trying to figure it out. Came up with a plan and went RicosRoute. Yeah. I was lost trying to figure it out. Yeah. I was lost, yeah. I was lost, yeah.